All right, let's jump right into this. Welcome to our latest explainer. Today, we're taking a sledgehammer to a really heavy, really common myth. This idea that progress always has to be constant and visible. I mean, have you ever wondered why you can feel completely stuck even when you're working incredibly hard? Well, we are going straight to the source material today to uncover the actual science behind nonlinear development. We're going to explore exactly why your growth is still happening even when it feels completely invisible.
You know that sinking feeling in adulthood? The one where you just feel like you aren't doing enough? It's that heavy sense of falling behind where you think you should be, or feeling like you're standing completely still while everyone else is zooming past you. And the crazy thing is, this feeling hits people who are genuinely stagnating, but it also hits people who are actually growing immensely. They just can't see their own momentum.
So to understand why this happens, we really need a total paradigm shift. Harvard developmental psychologist Robert Kegan put it perfectly when he said that progress is almost always nonlinear. Those long, frustrating periods of internal work, they're actually the silent rewriting of your mental models. So what feels like stagnation to you is very often vital, invisible internal work. It's basically the foundation being poured before the house can go up. So why is our perception of this so skewed? Well, you can blame memory bias and digital distortion. Daniel Kahneman actually documented this memory bias where we basically only remember life through its peaks, those bright, flashy spikes of success, and its endings. We completely gloss over the quiet, gradual development in between. Now add modern digital algorithms to the mix, which literally surround us 24/7 with the highlight reels of thousands of other people, and yeah, it's absolutely no wonder our idea of normal growth is so completely distorted.
Because our reality is so distorted by all of this, who we choose to compare ourselves to changes everything. Upward comparison, that just breeds anxiety. Lateral comparison, that traps you in this exhausting, endless competition with your peers. But temporal self-comparison, which is just a fancy way of saying you only compare your current self to earlier versions of yourself, is the ultimate antidote. It's looking in the rearview mirror. And scientifically, it's the most effective form of comparison for your well-being, directly boosting your self-esteem and your motivation.
Robert Kegan's research gives us a brilliant map of what this true adult development actually looks like in practice. For example, hitting a plateau, that isn't a dead zone. It's just your system consolidating energy. Feeling disoriented or uncertain just means you've outgrown your old self and you're finding new footing. A redefinition phase might look like a total failure to the outside world, but it's really just you integrating new data and pivoting. And incubation is that heavy, deep work happening right below the surface. None of these are empty zones. They are absolute requirements for growth.
The problem is, culture relentlessly pushes us to obsess over speed. Do more, get results yesterday, hustle harder. But speed demands immediate output, and it generates massive anxiety during those necessary plateau phases we just talked about. Instead, we have to shift our orientation to direction. Direction measures progress by checking the alignment between what you're actually doing and what truly matters to you. It gives you the grace to sit safely in uncertainty while you figure things out.
Okay, so how do we actually put this into practice? Well, the source material introduces a really reliable structure called the Happywise framework. It essentially maps out the science of happiness into 4 specific pillars, all designed to help you achieve this exact kind of intentional, sustainable growth.
Let's break these 4 pillars down really quickly. First, you have plus being, which is all about your narrative identity, the story you tell yourself about your life. Then there's plus we, which highlights something so crucial, the need for a witness. You need someone who knows you over time and can point out the invisible changes you keep missing. Plus discipline is about finding a sustainable rhythm of intense practice followed by real recovery, because you can't sprint forever. And finally, plus positive chemistry taps into our neurobiology, the fact that simply perceiving tiny steps forward is a massive driver for your life engagement.
And honestly, recognizing this invisible progress isn't just some feel-good mental trick. It actually rewires your entire operating system. It fundamentally changes your brain chemistry and ripples out across 4 specific dimensions of your daily energy, completely shifting how you show up in the world.
Think about it like this. Physically, just the sense that you are moving toward what matters actually lowers your cortisol, meaning less stress and better sleep. Emotionally, perceiving that progress acts like a dopamine factory in your brain. Mentally, your brain is actively using those quiet plateau phases to deeply integrate new skills. And spiritually, it anchors all of your day-to-day efforts into a much greater sense of purpose. It connects the dots.
So if you literally take away nothing else from our explainer today, let it be this. The most profound growth in your life will rarely ever make an announcement. It's silent.
You're usually only going to see it in the rearview mirror, and only if you're using the right tools to measure it. Those heavy, quiet, in-between zones, that is where the real magic is actually happening.
To help you navigate your own nonlinear growth, I want to leave you with this anchor question. Next time you feel pressured to rush, or you start panicking that you're falling behind, just ask yourself, does this choice bring me closer to or further from what truly matters? Focus on your direction, trust the invisible work that's happening beneath the surface, and we'll see you in the next explainer.